Kim was trying to fly me out to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up like the movie Get Out because I cried about saving my daughter's life yesterday.
Kanye West wasn't just spiraling. He was trying to warn us.
This federal RICO, though, on KK and Chris, ooh, the federal RICO I'm about to drop on Chris and Kim is about to be crazy. Hey, right. The feds is coming. It's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy.
Worse than Diddy? Let that sink in.
A lot of things happened at those Epstein parties that can't really be described. Paris also took part in them, and she used to force me.
And now, new claims are surfacing that Kanye allegedly made statements connecting Kim Kardashian to Jeffrey Epstein's private island, alongside Paris Hilton. But here's what nobody is connecting. The internet is on fire right now. And for good reason, because recent discussions online are claiming that Kanye West made explosive allegations that Kim Kardashian had direct connections to Jeffrey Epstein's private island and that Paris Hilton was allegedly involved too. Now, before we go any further, let's be crystal clear. As of right now, there is no verified evidence supporting these specific claims. But when you start pulling at the threads, when you look at the Epstein files that just dropped, when you dig into the court documents, the victim complaints, and the web of connections between the Kardashians, Lou Taylor, Diddy, and yes, even Paris Hilton, it starts to paint a picture that's way too disturbing to ignore. So let's break this down piece by piece, because this story is layered, it's dark, and it's been hiding in plain sight for years. Let's start with Kanye, because whether you think he's crazy or not, the man has been screaming about the Kardashians for years, and every single time he gets silenced, labeled unstable, or worse, medicated and locked away. Sound familiar? We'll get to that. Back in 2020, Kanye went on a Twitter rampage. He accused Kim of trying to have him committed. He said she was flying doctors out to Wyoming to lock him up like the movie Get Out. He said he was fighting for his daughter. Not his daughters, not his kids, his daughter, North. And he kept repeating it. Give me back my daughter.
Kim was trying to fly me out to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up like the movie Get Out because I cried about saving my daughter's life yesterday.
Now, why would Kanye be so fixated on North specifically? What did he know? What did he see? Because it wasn't just random paranoia. Kanye allegedly hired a private investigator to look into Kim and the rest of the Kardashian clan. And according to a lawsuit filed by that former employee, Kanye wasn't just suspicious, he had specific claims. The lawsuit states that Kanye believed the Kardashians were connected to criminal enterprises, including trafficking. Let that word sit with you for a second.
Kanye was investigating Kim Kardashian and the rest of the Kardashians after he told us about Diddy. There's a new lawsuit against Kanye West from his former employee who said that he was hired as a director of intelligence and he was hired to look into Kim Kardashian and the rest of the Kardashian for alleged trafficking. He reported that Kanye claimed that the Kardashian clan was connected to criminal enterprises, including
And then there's this. Kanye also tweeted, quote, Kim Kardashian is a trafficker. The Kardashians are sex workers, and they traffic all the black children they strategically produce. Strong words, disturbing words, and words that got him institutionalized, silenced, and dragged through the media as mentally ill. But here's the thing. Kanye also called out Diddy years before anyone else did. And now what? Diddy's behind bars. So maybe, just maybe, Kanye wasn't as crazy as they wanted us to believe. Now, fast forward to the recent Epstein file release, and guess who gets mentioned? The Kardashians. Not as witnesses, not as bystanders, but in a victim complaint filed in the Ghislaine Maxwell case.
So this has to do with somebody that was filing complaint against Maxwell that had all types of Kardashian ties.
Here's what the complaint says. A victim submitted a statement to federal authorities claiming that Ghislaine Maxwell maintained a close relationship with the Kardashian sisters, and that the Kardashian sisters allegedly helped Maxwell use the victim's identity. For what? for business ventures, for financial gain. And here's where it gets absolutely sickening. The complaint mentions rumors of the victim's eggs being used for pregnancies, surrogacy, exploitation, identity theft. Let me read you the exact words from the filing. I understand that she enjoys a close relationship with the Kardashian sisters, who helped her to use my identity, and there are rumors of using my eggs for conceiving. Need to do DNA tests, though.
Filing references rumors of the complainant's eggs being used for pregnancy, suggesting possible fertility or surrogacy exploitation, though the writer says DNA testing would be required. Sisters use the complainant's name and funds to promote business ventures and financial activity. Cosmetic transaction is cited, referencing control tied to Kylie Jenner and a reported $600 million deal.
The victim goes on to say she never met Maxwell, she never met the Kardashians, but somehow her identity, her name, possibly even her DNA, was being used. And get this, the complaint specifically calls out Khloe Kardashian and Kendall Jenner as having a special interest in the victim's marriage and name changes. What does that even mean? Why would Khloe and Kendall care about some random woman's marriage and name? Unless it wasn't random. Unless they needed her identity for someone. Now let's bring in Paris Hilton, because the rumor circulating online claims Kanye allegedly said Kim had connections to Epstein's island alongside Paris. And while we can't verify Kanye said that specifically, what we do know is that Paris Hilton's name has been floating around Epstein allegations for years.
Oh, we're just chilling.
In our geriatric bed.
Yeah. This bed vibrates.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Those are in Paris. Paris Hilton, computer party, an Epstein party. Can you tell my height?
That audio, that's Paris Hilton. And listen to this next part.
A lot of things happened at those Epstein parties that can't really be described. Paris also took part in them, and she used to force me.
We should force you down.
Now, we don't know who's speaking in that clip or the full context, but the fact that Paris Hilton's name is being mentioned in the same breath as Epstein parties, and that she allegedly used to force someone, that's not nothing. Paris and Kim go back way. Paris was Kim's boss. Kim organized her closet. They were best friends. They partied together. They ran in the exact same circles. Circles that included powerful, dangerous men. Men like Jeffrey Epstein. And if Paris was allegedly involved in these parties, and Kim was Paris's shadow for years, then the question becomes, what did Kim know? What did Kim see? And more importantly, what did Kim do? Let's talk about money, because that's where this all connects. The victim complaint mentions a $600 million transaction tied to Kylie Jenner, the same $600 million that made Kylie the youngest self-made billionaire. Except a lot of people don't think that money was clean.
Cosmetic transaction is cited, referencing control tied to Kylie Jenner and a reported $600 million deal. Kim is named an allegation involving identity competition and issues tied to children.
Here's the theory that's been circulating for years. That $600 million didn't just come from lip kits. It came from Britney Spears, and it was funneled through a woman named Lou Taylor. Lou Taylor ran a management company called TriStar, and according to reports, she was the mastermind behind Britney Spears' illegal conservatorship. Britney's dad, Jamie Spears, allegedly owed Lou over $40,000. So Lou and Jamie came up with a plan, put Britney under a conservatorship, control her money, and split the profits. For 13 years, Britney was trapped, and during that time, over $600 million allegedly went missing. Fans who've been investigating this for years claim that money was laundered through TriStar and funneled into Kardashian ventures, specifically Kylie Cosmetics. And guess what? Court documents from 2020 to 2021 list Lou Taylor as the agent of service for multiple Kardashian Jenner businesses. That means if any of their businesses got sued, the paperwork went straight to her. We're talking Kim's KKW fragrance, Kylie's King Kylie LLC, Kris's Kardashian Jenner Family Foundation, Kendall's 818 Tequila, and even Travis Scott's Cactus Jack.
I honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them.
Britney wanted to speak. She wanted to expose the people who did this to her, but she wasn't allowed. Her attorney told her she couldn't let the public know what they did. And who benefited from her silence? Lou Taylor, the Kardashians, and allegedly Diddy. Because here's where it gets even more twisted. Kris Jenner started a church. Yes, a church. It's called the California Community Church, and every member, including her daughters, had to pay $1,000 a month just to be part of it. On top of that, they were expected to tithe over 10% of their earnings. At first, people thought it was just a tax scam, but the deeper people dug, the more it started looking like a slush fund, a way to move money quietly. And guess who else was a client of Lou Taylor? Diddy.
Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through...
That's right. According to reports, Lou Taylor was allegedly using this church setup to quietly pay off Diddy's victims, charitable donations that were anything but charitable. And the Kardashians were right in the middle of it. And remember, Diddy is now behind bars, the walls are closing in, and the Kardashians, they're scrambling. And then there's Ray J, the man who knows where all the bodies are buried, literally, because Ray J recently went on a podcast and said this.
This federal RICO, though, on KK and Chris, ooh, the federal RICO I'm about to drop on Chris and Kim is about to be crazy. I'm talking about, I'm on the news every day like, yeah. Meaning like I'm going to say a lot of shit. If anybody know Kim and cool with Kim, they need to tell her now. The rain is coming. The feds is coming. Hey, right. The feds is coming. There's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy.
Worse than Diddy. Ray J claims he's about to drop a federal RICO case on Kris and Kim. And for those who don't know, a RICO charge is what they use to take down organized crime rings, fraud operations. Ray J isn't playing. He's not joking. And Kim and Kris ended up filing a defamation lawsuit against him, just like they tried to shut up Kanye, just like they tried to shut up Britney. Let's go back to the Epstein files, because the victim who filed that complaint didn't just mention the Kardashians in passing, she gave details, disturbing details. She said, quote, "I was told that the Kardashian sisters, Kim and the rest, used my name and funds to promote their businesses. I don't have documents to back up this claim. Therefore, I'm leaving it to the law investigation and the social services in LA." She also mentioned horrible things happening on the island. She said she saw a dead body of a girl tied to a tree. She said Ghislaine Maxwell was involved, and she said the Kardashians helped.
I understand that she enjoys a close relationship with the Kardashian sisters who helped her to use my identity, and there are rumors of using my eggs for conceiving.
Now, I need to be very clear here. These are allegations. They have not been proven in court, but they are in the files. They are public record, and they line up with everything Kanye has been saying, everything Ray J is threatening to expose, everything that Britney couldn't say. So let's connect the dots. Kanye allegedly claims Kim had connections to Epstein's island, possibly alongside Paris Hilton. A victim in the Maxwell case names the Kardashians in a federal complaint. Lou Taylor, who allegedly orchestrated Britney's conservatorship, is tied to the Kardashians, Diddy, and a church slush fund. Kanye hires a private investigator and accuses the Kardashians of trafficking. Ray J threatens to drop a RICO case and says it's worse than Diddy. Kim buys a mansion in cash right after the conservatorship drama. Kylie becomes a billionaire off a $600 million deal that doesn't add up. And Kris throws a birthday party with Lou Taylor as a guest while publicly claiming to support Britney. None of this is normal. None of this is coincidence.
Look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them how much
lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right?
They did this to Britney. They tried to do it to Kanye. And according to the Epstein files, they may have done far worse to victims we'll never hear from. Now, are these claims verified? No. Is there hard evidence of Kim Kardashian being on Epstein's island with Paris Hilton? Not yet, but the patterns are there. The names keep overlapping, the money trails lead back to the same people, and the victims keep pointing in the same direction. Kanye tried to warn us. Britney tried to speak. Ray J is threatening to expose it all, and the Epstein files just gave us a glimpse of how deep this really goes. The Kardashians are powerful, they're connected, and they know how to make problems disappear. But the internet doesn't forget. The victims don't stop talking, and sooner or later, the truth always comes out.
I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to approve me do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself.
Britney has the right. Kanye has the right. The victims have the right. And so do we. So what do you think? Do you believe Kanye's alleged claims? Do you think the Kardashians are connected to Epstein's circle? And what about Paris Hilton? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell because this story is far from over.